Yeah, that was a bit laggy, blimey.
Enemy is running out of time.
Right, so today we're building the UK's 4th Armoured Division, and I apologise, Brit Bros, this one is not great. We were not fast enough to revert the changes which he who shall not be named put in before he left. So it's a rough one, I gotta tell you, it's a rough one. So we've seen this before, it's in First UK. We've seen this before, it's all over the place, under different names and stuff. It's generally the same thing. So we'll get that because it's 3 and this is only 2. Then you've got FV432 supply. I remember there was this guy called Danny, but we don't want to name people because we don't want to start any boycotts. So that's his his stage name. That's a pseudonym. It's not actually his name. It's not actually called Danny on the official Discord. And he had a massive argument with me saying that FV432 supply isn't real. And I said, this is just a ridiculous premise. Why wouldn't you, you're in a war, you want to transport supplies, you would put it in it if it was there and you needed to do it. And he was like, no. Anyway, it's in the game now. Then you've got the Stolly, and then you've got the Ake Militant MK3, which is a new one, 2,000 supply. Carries a lot, the Stolly doesn't carry as much as this bad boy. Everything carries 6,000 supply total, right? So this is actually 1,000 in this little thing. So I'll be bringing this. Sadly, you only get 1 of each, which is really annoying. There would be more deck choice if you got 2 of each, but it seems to be true of all the British divs, actually. They all seem to suffer from this problem. Or at least mostly. So we'll get an Ake Militant. And we need a 3rd card of supply, which sadly is going to have to be the Stollies. So basically this is my frontline supply, right? And then if you're really good, you can send it back to a Hilo 1, fill it up and send it forwards again, but I'm bad, so I can't do that. Saxon CV can be useful because it's got the smoke, but these point slots are very high, and you'll see that as we go through this division. So Infantry tab is actually okay, but these last on the end are 3s, right? So the MAGs, they're all now 4 strength, which is interesting. Then you've got RMPs, but they don't have a military police car. If they did, this would be killer, because then you could put the car with the tanks, which we'll get to. But you've seen this before, you've seen this before, you've seen this before. You've not seen this before. So this is an FV432 Milan. It's got a Milan on it, 30 points. Sadly, it is 30 points. And you get gun groups without warriors. There's no warriors in this div. So the gun group just ain't worth it. The reason it's worth it in First UK is because it comes with a warrior. But here it's just not worth it. Assault Pioneer Leader. So this is the SCAT. They know how to name them, don't they? So this is better than the regular FV432 because it has 2 MMGs. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. But it's better than nothing, right? So this is your unique item on this div. So you could get the same Assault Pioneers, but they're actually coming in a slightly better transport. And then you could get Assault Pioneers called Gustav, which are just like rifles, but worse AT. There's no arm rifles, you see, so then you could get Terriers, 2 cards. These guys are decent, 40 points, no reservist trait. They've got laws. They've got 1 useless SMG, but then so they've basically got 1 less rifle. But they've got the L4A4, which is the NATO Bren, and NATO chambered Bren, basically 7.62 chambered Bren. So you will get 2 cards of Terriers, and I'll be honest, we might need 2 cards of Assault Pioneers. I mean, these slot costs are so expensive, I'm starting to think that I can't afford to update my infantry. So between rifles and motorized rifles, the difference is motorized rifles are like Assault Pioneers, but with 1 more guy, and they don't have shock. I'd be a bigger fan of regular rifles. I mean, the availability is the same, and, 1 more guy, great, but the Lore 80 will swing fights. So I want that. Oh, it's a shame they don't come in the SCAT thing. But these do. And they're 5 points cheaper. But the Lore 80, man. The Lore 80. L6 Wombat's still terrible, don't bring it. And then you've got Milan 2s and Milan 1s, which honestly I don't think we can afford to bring. Because look at these costs here. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wild. If this was 2, I'd bring it. I don't know. We'll check the rest of the div. RT tab. You've seen all of this before, so this is in First UK, it's just an 81mm mortar. This is in first UK, it's just an 81mm mortar. Abbots have their direct fire capability now. They bring Hesh rounds in real life, so it's sensible for this to have this. And sadly, it doesn't have... I mean, it should have a HE value if it's Hesh, but whatever. This is the bad boy that you want. And then we'll bring some mortars for smoke. And I like the self-propelled one because not only does it bring a few more rounds, although not actually that many anymore. It used to be like 250, but they nerfed it. Like, you see them all here. You see them all down here. 2, 4, 6... Oh, we won't bother with that. Shout out to the 155. I mean, obviously you can get 2 of these for the price of one of these, but I like the self-propelled nature, and I like the fact that it actually kills things. Tank tab. So this is where it starts getting a bit weird. So this is an AVRE, but it's just got a regular gun on it, as opposed to a AVRE with the Hesh thing on it. The aim time of these, Eugen set it down to 4 seconds. So that's great news. So it's 4-second aim time now, so it's a bit more usable. And yeah, it's 90 points. Let's bring 2 of those. And, you know, we've got some nice slots here. I'll be honest. Yeah. Then ATGM. Well, we don't have any Rover Milans, so we need to bring Milans here. We can't not do that because we need Milans. And I'm actually thinking about bringing this, even though I never do that, because even though it's got bad stealth, I need it to pad out my tank blobs and stuff. I need it to pad out my tank blob. So we'll bring this, and we'll see if I regret it, because that's 3 points there. And that's rough. That's all this, right? Ugh. So we could bring... So we've got 3 CVs, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then this is an interesting one. Chieftain Mark 6. So this is a very bad tank. Like, why is it 100 points? It's like a really bad T55. Yeah. What? Right, 1 second. 6-2. T55A. Yeah, the gun is the same. It's got more accuracy. 1 more armor. I think that allows it to survive TOW 2s. I think if you've got 12 armor, you survive a TOW 2, and if you've got 11, you don't. So that is important. But, you know, at Resolute, 20... You'll notice that the T55 is better against infantry as well, because it's got a HMG instead of an MMG, although the HE against infantry is worse. And the accuracy is worse. I don't know, I think I would have this as 95. So, when it comes down to that, it doesn't really matter, right? Interesting div name. Who named that one? So, sadly, you only get 1 card of these. And the availability is worse than the... Okay. And then, okay, so Chieftain Mark 9s. These are your opener ones. I really like these in the opener. For 40 points more, you're getting 3 more pen. You're actually getting 4 more pen because of the range. And that is good. So it's good for the opener. And then Chieftain Mark 11's your workhorse for the rest of the game, I guess. Oh, it's not cheap. They ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. I need ATGM carriers to defend ground, but it looks like I'm not getting them. Because, yeah, these are your workhorse, because you literally get so many of them, right? And that can be useful. So what is the point of this exactly? If I'm bringing this at 2 vet, shouldn't I be bringing this at 2 vet? Well, I don't know. This is my... What is the point of this tank? So for 40 points, I just get so much more, but I can understand spamming this. Like, just spamming it out. So I think I want it at 1 vet and this at 2 vet. Yeah, that makes sense. These... We could up vet them, but this is my IFV. Because I don't get IFVs. So this is my IFV. Recon tab. We'll get... So Ferret you've seen before. I would just never ever bring this. It should really be like 10 availability, to tell you the truth, if you want anybody to bring that. Anyway, Fox. We'll get the Fox. The Zibby, this is great for your tanks. Sadly, only 1 card. And the Fox versus the Scimitar. The scimitar is a lot cheaper, 15 points cheaper for what? And more armor. It's all about that speed in the opener, though. This is good in the opener, and then this is good later. Anyway, scouts you've seen before. They have laws and stuff. You can bring them in helicopters. You'll notice we don't have any forward deployed, and I think it's going to stay that way. I'm thinking of maybe bringing it in the Spartan, because we're clearly going to be doing some kind of mechanized rush. Mechanized early game rush. It's literally like First UK, but worse. What's the advantage of this div over First UK? You don't get warriors, and you don't get challenges. That doesn't sound like this is your advantage, but this is in First UK anyway, under a different name, and this isn't that good, so... Interesting. What's the point in this? It's 55 points. For the same... No, the gun is very different. I'm thinking, like, this might be very useful. Like, this is your IFB, basically. I keep looking over here. It's because my camera is here, so I can see myself. So I'm, like, talking to myself. But obviously you're here, right? So I do apologise. This is your IFV. With its 7.62s. And it's 105. And it's 35 kilometers an hour speed. Having said that, like, I feel like this doesn't really have a place in the game. I don't know. I don't want to... I can't really fit this in. These just seem a lot more useful. It's literally twice the price, though. So let's get rid of one of these and just bring one of these. And we'll upvet it once. And we'll leave this at 0 vet. Well, why? I mean, surely we'd want it at 1 vet so that when it gets hit, it doesn't get stunned. But I need as many of these as possible, so we'll leave it at 0 vet. And we'll leave this at 0 vet as well, because it's, I mean, it's so cheap. Recon tab. Motorized scouts is where we got to. That's a good squad. Actually, it's because this is making me... This is a misnomer, right? It's kind of weird how this has 501 meters range, but okay. That's the British exceptionalism there. 1 more meter than everybody else. So, decent squad. Comes in a Saxon, which has smoke, and is very, very fast. So that's good. And... Like, I would love to bring some snipers, but... Like, this is my ground-based recon, right? I need some scimitars for later in the game. Gazelle Recon Rocket, but it's only got 12 rockets. Or I can get the Chancellor. It's this thing. I've seen this thing in photographs. It's nice to know they finally put it in. So this is an Exceptional Optics Lynx, and it's literally just got a big eyeball on the side of it. So yeah, these are all 3-point slots, which is very rough, so we're not going to be bringing those. And AA. So Javelin you've seen before. You can get it in the scat thing. I would bring it in the Rover if you want to get it around. The Javelin LML is still just sort of priced out of incompetency. Rapier FSA you've seen before. The Rapier FSB2 Darkfire you have not seen before. So this is the latest and greatest of British technology when it comes to AA. And it's still garbage. But it's 4 per card. And then you can get tracked rapiers for your mech push, which you're gonna need. Heli tab, Lynx Hellarm. They're 1-point slots, so I mean honestly this should be 45 points. I mean 50 points for a regular tow is just so not worth it. Air tab. So you get the Phantoms from 2nd UK. So, sorry, we'll start at the beginning. Jaguar Rocket should really be 3 per card because it's Garbo. This Jaguar HE is better than the other Jaguar HE, but as a result is 20 points more expensive for 10 ECM, which is not worth it. So that should really be 265. having said that, okay, so we've also got the Jaguar cluster, which is a must bring whenever you get it, because this is just the tank eviscerator. Sadly, you don't have seed, right? You'd obviously want to send out something else ahead of it. But this is the tank eviscerator. Anyway, you get the Phantom F3, which you need, and then what are these? So Phantoms with gun pods. Yeah, they bought gun pods basically. So like this Phantom should have a gun pod on it, but it just doesn't, which is a shame. And then this is like the same one but with the gun pod, and that has a sky flash on it, so it's like a fighter, but it has a 10-second travel time. And that means that, so it's, it's basically very difficult to use this properly, because if you're loitering it because of the 10-second travel time, then that means that you're not going to be able to use your bombs properly, because it'll take longer to resupply because it needs to resupply the fuel. So it can be rough. That is a crazy payload, and it's cheaper than this. Sure, pal. That is a crazy payload. Wow. So that is the killer of man and machine. It's got the shake, which is the cluster, and it's got the bake, which is that. Well, I guess napalm would be bake, whatever. And it's got sky flashes. So that could double as your fighter once you run out of phantoms. And we only got 1 point slot left. I would have liked to have brought this one, given that, like, I mean, it's faster. It's got better air optics. It's got the same payload. It's 10 points cheaper, although it's not got the ECM. So yeah, I guess if this was 265, then this wouldn't be that useful. But it's got 5 flashes on it. Sorry, that's my alarm telling me I need to go to bed. So we're going light on the air, I guess. We're going light on the air, because you don't have seed for it, so what's the point in buying loads of... Like, obviously you can try and kill it with this, but it's just not worth it. So you can see that the tank, the slots are kind of against you, but actually not as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm seriously getting, this is just worst first UK vibes from this. Like, no forward deployment, no challenges, no, like, what, no IFVs. Like, what are you getting out of this? What are you getting? The scat thing is interesting. An extra MG on each transport, or half of them. Like, these don't even have it. Might swap out one of the rifles for an Assault Pioneers, although even then, look, they got less things, right? And the motorized rifles are the same price, but with a law on it. I don't know. Oh, with a Gustav. One more man, it can be useful. It's just a bad first UK. I mean, what else is there to say? If this Centurion Avra was really good, then it would be worth bringing this div. But it's just a bad first UK. I'm sorry, bros. I'm sorry, UK bros. So, if you check the description, you'll see the link to the game where this is played, unless this is the game where this is played, in which case it will just play now. So, here we are in-game. Sadly, I couldn't find anybody to play against who's worse than me, so I'm forced to constantly play against Mix90 and lose, which is really bad for the ego. He's playing MBAD, which is stands for Multinational Bad Airborne Division, MBAD. Whereas I'm playing the UK's 4th Armoured, which is basically, as you saw in the deck review, just a worse version of 1st Armoured in every way. It's 1st Armoured without the warriors. It's 1st Armoured without the forward deployment. It's 1st Armoured without the good stealth wheeled ATGM carriers, the Rover Milan, which is also forward deployment. It's 1st Armoured without good ASFs, right? It's 1st Armoured without challengers. It's just bad 1st Armoured. And the idea is just to, like, spam out a bunch of rubbish. So we'll see. Basically, he's going to get these two for free because he's playing Airborne. And he does get seed. He gets Buccaneers seed. So he will probably be able to get these. So, I mean, for the sake of an extra 15% accuracy and a bit more range, it's probably worth just bringing the track rapier. I'm just getting 3 of them. So yeah, we can't really stop him from getting Charlie Delta at all. We can send Foxes, I guess, and
Recon unit at your orders.
like just try and hold it. But the thing is, he will get this, And then this will stop my push into Bravo. We're also on the bad side, so I think this is going to go quite poorly. I'm not really sure what I can do about it. We'll try it.
Yes, Captain.
I'm trying to bring you the content, right? And sadly, there's nobody... The strike team guys, most of them don't play the game. So so it's hard to find matches. They just get their free DLC and then they don't play. So Mix plays a lot, but sadly, that means Mix plays a lot, and that means he's better than me. So you know you get what you deserve, I guess. What I need is people to not play a lot, but only play when I want to play, and then that would fix it, right? So the issue is if we want to attack Bravo, I mean it's basically impossible because he's gonna put things over here. So I'm not really sure what to do. I actually think we should hold here and push Delta Charlie. Let's try that. I mean, we might lose. We probably will, but because like look, we don't get any cheap ATGM carries at all, so defending is actually quite tough.
Ready to transport. Bring us there, taxi.
And he gets plenty of cheap rubbish to throw out all over the place. But I'm hoping I can hold this with just like a couple rifles and terriers, and like to be honest, the Chieftain Mark 9. In fact, it's got less range. That's the issue. The issue is the range. If he's going to use his ATGMs on me, not having the range is rough. But the Chieftain Mark 6 is good against ATGM carries if they get in range. But that's 2,000 meters, right? So the 1900 won't actually help us there. But if I put it here, for example, like this will just miss and die. So you can't rely on that. So yeah, it's tough because if I want to attack Charlie Delta, but that means he'll counterattack me here. And he can use the planes to kill the tanks, right? So that's not great. But we can put an ATGM here, I guess.
Waiting for instructions.
And yeah, like the tank gun is perfect for this bit here, right? You can shoot across that. So we need to defend it. It's annoying because then that means my push on the left is going to be really lethargic, but you know, there's only one way to get better, and that's to lose over and over. And because I don't have enough time, and also because it's actually grossly entertaining for you guys to watch me lose, I know a lot of people, they say Hippie only posts wins, and it's just because I just post every game I play, right? And I win about 80% of the time, so... occasionally I end up against people I just can't beat.
Need some extra ice, sir.
Although, depending on which order you watch this video,
Bring us there, taxi.
some of them came closer than others.
Looking for enemy planes.
So we're trying to attack here, right? And we want to try and take Delta, but like, how am I supposed to attack now? I don't have any points. So we'll get rid of one Chieftain Mark 6. And then we'll get a bunch of these. I mean, that is just not good against anything, but this will be good against some stuff. So we'll get 2 of these, because they can't survive TOW 2 hits, which is kind of annoying, but this can, and it's only 10 points more. But, I mean, this is the deleter of men with its 3 whatever. Anyway, and then we'll just get... Like, I want 3 tracked rapiers, but if I buy that, I've only got 100 points. And I need CVs as well, I mean... It's not great. It's not great. We don't even have any infantry in here. No, we do. We got rifles.
We'll deploy at this position.
Why rifles? Why not assault pioneers? They're cheaper. We don't need the Law 80 because he doesn't have good stuff in that regard. The thing is, he will... What if he sends helicopters there? I need a javelin. Do you see what I'm getting at? How am I supposed to do my early game attack? Everything when I have to defend this so much. I guess I could get rid of these 2 foxes. They're draining a lot of resources. And yeah, we just put the javelin about here or something.
Bring us there, taxi.
Although he doesn't actually get that many he doesn't get rocket helicopters. Doesn't get rocket helicopters. Oh, somebody replied. We just started another one. If you can wait a bit. I'm trying to get 2v2s and stuff going. It's difficult to coordinate because people like come and go, and like I'm in a game now, and I waited for this person for a while, and you know, they were AFK, and that's fine. But now I'm in the game, so I mean, we could just stop, but I don't think this is going to take very long, to tell you the truth. So we could get 2 of these, and then in the first tick buy a, or just get 1.
Roger.
And just rely on the fact that we should just be able to swarm him with numbers. And then we can't get a cheap supply, sadly. We could get rid of a Romer and buy a Mark 6. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Or we could actually get 2 of these. They've only got 11 pen, but he doesn't have thick armor stuff, so it doesn't really matter.
Need a raid?
So we're going to try and get in here and then run him down, because he'll have airborne stuff, right? But we should just have more things than him. So the only problem is that he can put an ATG in there and we can't do anything about it, and then he can just shoot us off the start. But what I can do is get rid of one of my assault pioneers and buy a mortar for smoke. Oh yeah, I've still got these 2 foxes, which I don't need. So there you go, there's some points there. Just get rid of that. Although he will sneak somebody through here if we don't defend it, so we do actually need to put somebody there. We don't have any kind of cheap aid. Oh, we could buy the well, I mean, that's 70 points and this is 55. It's really slow though. Anyway, at least we can afford our mortar now.
My pleasure, sir.
So that's the issue, right? But we've got the mortar now, so we don't have to worry about that too much. And the range on these 1,200, okay, because we assume he's going to be in there, right?
We'll deploy at this position.
Oh, these only come in Bedfords. That's a shame. So get you to there, and then you should be able to smoke that. And he might have somebody here as well, so we'll just smoke like here.
Load smoke rounds.
Because that'll stop this from shooting. It should. I mean, it depends. And then yeah, we'll get these guys up to here, and we'll get the track rapier back here because it's literally just to ward them off because we can't kill his stuff. We could put it behind this house maybe. I think it's going to be quite a quick game. So I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel joiners. They don't get upset when I lose at video game. And they get their names on the screen. They get the videos early. They got early access when the NDA drops, right? I can't do it before the NDA drops. To all these videos. Right, when the NDA dropped, they got all the early access to almost all of them. I mean, obviously not every video ever, right? But most of these Northag previews they will have got right when the NDA dropped, and the rest they'll be getting early anyway. So that's great, innit? It's great, innit?
Enemy spot. Okay, sir.
So there you go, there's the helicopter.
Stop and have a look around.
And 30mm should deal with that pretty fast. I'm glad I bought this.
Ward added to Red Leader. I am listening.
Beware, enemy nearby.
Weird how they're coming up this road, but whatever. That's a Milan too. We got him.
Radio check.
This is going alright.
Waiting for orders.
And yeah, there you go. So he's put somebody there as we assumed he would.
Beware, enemy nearby.
And yeah, so can we buy a plane? No. Just get some more terriers and stuff. There you go. Oh wow, he's put it in a weird
Need a
spot.
raid?
Closing on them, sir.
Somebody
We
come.
got a man down.
What the heck is that? Oh, it's actually a vehicle. What? Where was the Saxon?
Enemy recon unit at your orders.
Smoke? Hello?
At your orders.
Oh no, what? They all went the weird way. I don't understand that.
Enemy plane.
So we lost that position. pretty effectively lost that.
Fire, sir.
And here we go. This is what we were assuming. Okay, that is a weird way of dealing with things, but okay.
Somebody call for a cab.
So yeah, he
Put
took
back,
this
driver.
as we put things in to defend it, but they all just kind of went the wrong way and died and stuff, which is obviously life in it.
Red leader to Sunray. Standing by. Sergeant
So
Highway is here!
I should win that.
It's too hot
I
here.
mean, should I really?
Get out.
Well, against two of them, no, I wouldn't.
If the enemy's in range, so are we. Need some extra ice, sir.
Ready to engage.
So there it is.
Successful hit.
Received.
What are your Baldwin? Bring us there. Reverse, but keep facing the enemy.
Oh, mate, why have I got two infantry
We
together?
can't take it anymore.
That's just my bad.
Shoot first and ask questions later.
But yeah, the fourth is really not great, but neither's MBAD, to tell you the truth. It's just coming down to the fact that he's just a better player than me. He plays the game more, so, you know, that's what's going to happen. So, we'll have to get some more tanks in it.
I hear you loud and clear.
Parascimitars.
Going there.
Like, why aren't they shooting us? Still don't have LOS.
Roger. Search and destroy.
And yeah, he moved further back into here.
Need some extra ice, sir. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Backwards.
So we hit him,
It is
but
running. We're waiting.
didn't get him.
Deploy at this position.
Red 6 hunting for the enemy.
Yeah, he smoked that up.
Waiting for instructions.
We don't really need
This is
one there,
Red 2.
really.
Recon, you engage on sight.
What the heck killed that? A Krakatoa.
As you command, sir. Any update? Sergeant Highway is here.
Oh, mate,
Extra
what?
ice, sir.
I got the range wrong. My bad.
Everybody, I'm listening.
Bandits. This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Yes, Captain. Set your platoon. Fighter ready. Sergeant Highway is here.
And we got the Ratatouille commander.
Waiting for orders.
Good news. These scorpions can't really fight the AVRs.
Move and keep your eyes.
Got
Yes,
too much
sir.
armor for him.
We stop here. We'll find them.
So,
and then we'll
the
kill
strategy
them. It's
worked.
hot here. Back up. Back up.
Although he is +3 because we haven't actually taken the zones
I am
right.
listening, Captain.
The zones yet. The next problem we're going to have is that he will start sneaking things around here. And that's going to be a total pain in the neck. Oh, the Romor lost to a Scorpion. Interesting, I didn't really expect that.
What are your orders, sir?
So, you know,
As you command, sir.
things are happening.
Enemy right up. Get in formation. Set your platoon. Let's go. Platoon formed and ready.
Yeah, I told you he'd sneak somebody around here. I wish somebody worse would just play the game, but
Everybody, check your ammo.
all these guys in the strike team, they don't actually play the game. Apart from the really good players who are better than me, which is
Red
like
6, bandits ahead.
sort of a
Damn, that was
self-fulfilling
close.
prophecy in a way, but it is very annoying.
Tank
It
ready.
would be nice if they just let me win, you know? What can I say? Maybe if I ask him.
Fighter ready. Roger. I hear you loud and clear. Load smoke rounds.
There he is, came in from the side to do that.
Beware.
Going for the fox. You'll get it. No, he messed up.
Yes, sir. Roger. Search and descent. Backwards.
That'll be
Roger,
fighters.
Red Leader.
Yikes. Don't think I'm gonna make it. You see, he's sneaking people around the sides as we said he would. This has sky flashes on it. It's actually a really interesting piece of kit. So I think he's gonna win that unless we can get this up to here, which I'm trying to do. But I mean, he's paras and we're not.
Yes, Captain.
Oh hello.
Revenge ahead. All ammo spent.
So he got me immediately with whatever that was.
Enemy right up. Get in formation.
Why is this taking so long? Oh, mate. What could I say? Yeah, as we said, he's sneaking stuff around the sides. What the fuck? He's got a guy in my base with AT? Or it must be a plane or something, but what that does mean is that, yeah, it's a shame.
Platoon formed and ready.
So we need desperately to get... Well, I mean, what are we supposed to do about this? It's just bully me with the planes.
We can't take it anymore. Hold position. Need some extra firepower.
I'm just getting outplayed, basically. He's just better at the game than me. It's,
I hear you loud and clear.
my div
Roger.
and
Search
his
and
div
destroy.
are both equally terrible.
I've got it. Hold position.
Like, that's only got 45% accuracy, for example.
What are your orders, sir?
Go back, driver.
I am listening, Captain.
Bring us there, taxi.
We've got it.
That is a pain in the neck.
Ready, sir. Engage on sight.
I need fighters, but one of my fighters is reloading and the other one died at its base, so
Andrew,
what's
get
a man
there.
to do? He's killing my foxes with fighters.
Red leader to Sunray. Standing by.
Yikes.
Well done, guys. Bandits ahead. Ready to engage.
Nah, there goes that Chancellor. So this does have AA missiles, but I mean, it's...
Too hot here. I'm getting out.
Beware. Enemy nearby.
I can't check the ECM because they're both dead. Yikes. So we managed to stop the tick, but as soon as he takes India, which he will do because I can't stop him, I don't get any rocket helos, you see, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I guess I could buy some of these and just get another tracked rapier.
Yes, no. Set your platoon. Let's go.
I could have been more defensive with my fighters,
Beware.
I
Enemy
guess.
nearby.
Buildings are OP, by the way, if you didn't know. If you're in the forest and they're in a building, he beats you. Doesn't matter if you outnumber him 3-1, you just lose. If you're in the open, it's even worse.
Get there. Off your arse and on your feet. Let's
So
move.
we failed to intercept that. Although
Set your
something
kit ready
happened.
to engage. Down in flames.
Well, he did hit us.
Ready to fire, sir.
So yeah, the issue is that he's got somebody in there now. It's a shame. If I'd played a bit better, I don't know.
Stay low.
But like now he's just killing my AA with fighters. So it's like, it's not great. If you're on this side, you can fall back a bit here, but if you lose this point, it's very, very, very difficult to get it back because you just can't get in there. So yeah, I should have defended this a bit more effectively. Like there's a few more infantry here than I really needed,
Red 1-6 over.
and that is obviously I've paid the price for that.
Ready to fire, sir.
Like I could have had a couple more tanks here because I obviously said he would come in here.
Yes, sir.
He would sneak guys around here and then he would shoot my stuff. And
Andrew, this is
I
Red
tried to
2,
plan for it,
enemy
but I
spotted.
bought like
Get me
Milans
out of
instead
here.
of that's a Milan 2, which ain't great.
Pull back.
Because once it gets into
sir.
there, it's going to
Target on
disappear.
sight. Fire.
Yeah, as you can see. Oh, it's going for the Romos. Oh, okay. We covered it. And there you go. Now he's vanished. We don't know where he
All right,
is.
ladies, it's time to move. Ah,
He's got another one there, apparently.
Tank ready.
We're getting short on ammo.
Yeah. What could I say? I need max range tanks, I guess, but yeah, once he's got the infantry in there, we just can't really get it sorted.
Backwards.
Yeah, he's got a Milan in there, it seems.
I'm hit.
I could have
I hear
played
you
better.
loud and clear. It always comes down to the infantryman and his
Oh, it's a
rifle.
scorpion, not a
Get ready to
scimitar. I
engage.
keep getting them mixed
Ready
up.
or check. This is Red 2, enemy spotted. Engaging target. Roger. Redeploying. Out.
Ready to transport.
But yeah, I don't know about these AVREs still. I mean, the aim time came down,
Well done,
but
guys.
they're not great.
Waiting for air.
45% accuracy there.
This is Red 2, enemy spotted.
Yeah, we've lost. because he took this. It's a +4. If I had that, it would be even, but I
You
don't.
ready? No.
So that
You on
is...
anything to move?
I mean, what are we supposed to do about this? I don't
We can't take
have
it
any
anymore.
Ready
fighters.
to transport. Bring us there, taxi.
He's just going to keep flooding it. I suppose I could try and buy this, but we've got 4 minutes to sort it out. We can try. I don't
Red
just don't think
6
it's going to
mounted.
work. His infantry's a lot better than mine, so if he's in this little
Yes, sir.
place here, you know. He's actually got somebody in there. I didn't see him.
We'll do our best, sir.
One less.
So assault pioneers. I mean, 2-to-1 ratio. We should just beat this.
I'm hit.
There we go. We got the satchels off on him. That's why he just sort of exploded there.
Roger.
I've been trying to shoot that for quite some time now, but
Pull back, driver.
I'm just not good enough at the game.
Waiting for instructions. Back up! Back up!
Bring us there.
My AA's not great.
Yes, sir. Medic.
Oh, we lost the terriers there. Yeah, he's looking down that road at me. So I need the tanks, but I can't get the tanks in because of the planes, right? But there's a reason why he's rank 4, you know, he's very good at the game, so it's not really indicative of the power levels of these two divisions, it's more of indicative of just personal skill.
Badly hit.
But yeah, I prefer playing against people who are worse than me, so that I
Back
can win.
up! Back up!
I don't know about you, but I don't like
Ready
learning.
to fire.
It's rubbish.
Battery.
I just want to win.
Target. Stock. Weapons free.
But yeah, if I defended this a bit better, I would have been able to hold it. Like, we knew he was coming, and we overbought over here, really. And if we'd had a couple more guys here,
Andrew, get there!
we would have been able to hold it, and then he wouldn't have been able to take it, and then I could spam out all my cheapo tanks and start killing his air, which ain't great. So it really came down to that. I just messed up.
Second platoon, let's go.
But with 2 minutes left, I think we need this. And then we just try and thunder run this into there, but he will just get it with
Choose your targets. Well done, guys.
infantry there, you know. He's got the infantry there, and
Protect the
I
gun.
think he's noticed that now, and I ran out of laws because I targeted the Scorpion. I shouldn't have done that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess it's because he had the Recon there.
Oh, I'm hit.
Yeah, it's Jova, dudes.
HE,
Because
10
the
degrees
tank,
up.
if it
Fire
even arrives
by
in
order.
time, would just die to the infantry side-shotting it here. So if we can mortar it, I don't know,
Gun ready,
maybe,
sir.
but yeah, it's not looking up.
Load smoke rounds.
Yeah, I'll just surrender
What are your
this in a
orders,
minute.
sir?
GG. I don't know, when he's on my team, he plays like utter dog, but when he's against me, he plays really well, so I don't know what to say. But there you go, mixed 90, 90% win rate, that's why it's called mixed 90. And then, you know, me, I'm only 75. Not been practicing. In terms of total games, we got a similar number, but this also counts single player games, which is why my win rate here is so low, because if you play a single player game and then you quit, it's marked as a game and it's marked as a loss. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know. I just played bad. I think this division's bad, but I think his is also bad. I mean, it's literally called MBAD, so what can you do, eh? GG. So, honestly, I'm such a whiny little baby. There's nothing wrong with losing games. I'm just not used to it. I'm used to winning, right? So, we might as well see what happened. Obviously, he gets Recon forward deploying helicopters, right? And they go very far. So we should have put a motorized recon here, because by the time, like, I wasn't really paying attention, but by the time these tracked vehicles showed up, he was already there and he just killed everything. It didn't help that, like, half of them decided to go down this road, which takes longer. Not sure why. Like, we could have also have put a Fox to here, and then that probably wouldn't have been able to happen. So you see, he always opens 2 fighters. Doesn't matter what div he's playing, he tends to open fighters. And I need to slow this down instead of just pausing every couple of seconds while my brain catches up. So you see, like, this was just, like, lack of watching. Like, if I was just better at the game, I could have smoked all these and turned them all around. And then that would have really helped. Because, yeah, these LSV Milans, they go pretty fast as well. So we knew that taking this would be key. And I wanted to hold this, but I failed to hold it. And, Yeah, like that was just 2v1, so obviously we were going to lose that, and this has missiles on it. I don't seem to be able to view the info. I was pressing the wrong button. It's got aims on it, and then I had 2 guys clumped up there. That was a big loss. That was very silly of me. These Ratatouille guys only have 4 HP, so I probably could have just ran at it, given that I've got 2 MGs and so on. And then over here, like, so we already had enough guys here. So I should have put the Terriers over here, because I knew he would come over here, get to this, and then take this. Obviously, this is the bad side, right? Whereas if you, you know, it's a lot harder. If I was to get to here, it's a lot harder for me to take Papa. Like, let's say we were on this side, it would have been easy for me to defend Papa, because for starters, you fall back to here, and then you've got all this forest, and you know, your reinforcement road's quite nice. Whereas here, you know, you get something to here, you just shoot everything as it comes in. You can shoot everything as it comes in here, whereas here, you know, it's more protected. So the map is imbalanced, but I probably would have lost anyway. But yeah, we knew he was coming around here, and I even said, and I should have just put more there. Like, I didn't need 3 Terriers here. These Unimogs are really weird. Like, they've got the wrong icon. They've got a transport icon, which I should really report. I'll do it after this game. I'll just take a screenshot now. Because I was like, that's a transport, and then it started chucking Milans at me, and I was like, what? So that's not fantastic. But yeah, Fort's quite weak, but MBAD is not that strong either. Obviously, it benefits from the fact that it's forward deployed, which is just generally advantageous in this game. And then, yeah, and then we missed, and we missed again. It's a shame, but probably didn't make too much of a difference. And yeah, so this was like, I was like, why are my Romors losing to Scorpions? And it's because this has actually got, I was confusing it with the Scimitar, and the Scimitar was side-shotting it, which was penning the armor. And yeah, we knew this would happen, but so instead of a second Milan here, because I already had a Milan, I had 2 Milans, I should have bought an extra 2 infantry, because this is a 114 point combo, 40 plus 75. And I can get 2 Terriers for 115, sorry, 114. Then I could get 2 Terriers for that price. And if there were 2 Terriers here, these guys wouldn't have been able to just land in front of me. Or they could have, but then they would have died. Over here, this was just kind of unlucky. Like, this missed loads of times. Like, he smoked that, but it says that it didn't block the LOS. And then, yeah, then we've got to get back. Like, my fighters are trash. They're not great. And then relying on that bomber to be a fighter was a really bad move. I just shouldn't have done that. I'm going to take that bomber. Well, the bomber's payload's really good. It's just, I don't know, I should have been more careful with my fighters. It's just I can't afford that second plane slot. It's pretty rough. So over here, he's like attacking, but I had an overinvestment of forces here, and that meant that I was too weak here. So if I had Terriers here, right, obviously if you tell them to take off as soon as they deploy, they will not get hit by infantry AT, because they never actually spend enough time on the ground for the infantry AT to hit them. Having said that, infantry ATs came down to 1.5 seconds from 2 seconds this patch. So maybe I would have got it. But I think I wouldn't. Either way, they would have been in the open getting shot, so that helps, right? Because you see how OP buildings are in this game? Just generally, like, this would beat that if he doesn't get out the building. The Fox was just getting strafed, and I couldn't really do anything about it. But yeah, this thing died. Oh, I see. That's why it wasn't luck. He was just constantly sending it forwards and sending it backwards. So that's why that didn't work. And then eventually this can shoot, and now he can't do that anymore. So we did get that. But that meant that he knew about this for the Iltis. If that hadn't shot that, we would have been alright. I remember losing something back here, but I just wasn't sure what it was. I just wasn't paying enough attention. So, these guys have 3 machine guns, right? And you basically can't shift them without, like, arty, but I can't afford arty. And then with this just being as open as it is, once he's in here, you've basically lost. If you've not got something here to stop him from sending reinforcements, you just can't do anything. That not getting that, a bit unlucky, like, but it did end up getting it anyway. But he dropped the bombs and he got a Terriers and a half. So, if I hadn't lost half my deployment here, or like a third of my deployment here, to just the fact that he was faster getting there than me, then I could have withdrawn it to here, and he wouldn't have been able to push this, basically. If all of that had survived, the tanks, the infantry, and everything, combine that with the other learnings, like we didn't need 3 terriers here, they didn't actually do anything. This one fired a rocket, I guess, but these guys could have done that anyway. Maybe 1 terrier there and 2 here. And then instead of that Milan, 2 more terriers, or even a tank, he wouldn't have been able to push this. But yeah, once he got in, you're never getting him out. Not with the way the map's designed, but we could have stopped him from getting in. So there you go. That's the learnings from this game. I hope you learned something. Basically, I have to fail like 10 to 20 times before I actually get the message. This is really dumb. Anyway, GG.